You heard the Secretary of State and Gabe Sterling say there's nothing to see here. But what is really to see here, and how much will this factor in to the legal case as a whole? Let's welcome in now President Trump's attorney and senior legal advisor, G'na Ellis. Great to see you, G'na.
Great to see you too, John.
All right, before we talk about the video, I want to ask you, how are you doing, and how is Mayor G'uliani doing after the COVID diagnosis?
Yeah, you know, I've talked to him a few times today. He's such a great warrior, and he's continuing to work really hard on this, all of these cases, and so am I and the rest of the team. So we're all following our doctors' individual advice and, you know, making sure that we're being safe with everything. And I just saw the piece that dropped from Jonathan Swan and in Axios, and it's ridiculous what he reported there. I think was insanely reckless. I mean, I attended the party on Friday night, and that was completely fine. The mayor hadn't been diagnosed yet, so to comment that somehow that was some kind of super spreader, I think was really, really ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the kind of go-to. Everything's a super spreader, of course. You know, everybody's coming down with this stuff. We see it everywhere now. But again, we're glad to hear everybody's doing okay, or as well as they can be. But let's talk about this video, because a lot of people, including Hoax Watch or whatever the heck this stuff is called, said there's nothing to see here. But G'na, there is nothing we can really determine based on this video. The camera angles, like the poll watchers themselves, were very far away. I've been talking to people who work in local media. They confirm that they left the room because they thought the whole thing was over. There was nothing to see here. The question is, though, what can we use this video to prove? And if the court is not accepting this as evidence, what happens?
Yeah, well, I think that this video speaks very plainly for itself, and it also evidences the fact that we need more investigation. For the left to simply say that, oh, this has been debunked, that's absolutely not true. You pointed to Molly Hemingway's article, and also the fact that this video is backed up by affidavit witnesses that they have said that they were kicked out of that particular location and that ballots were still counted afterwards. And so you have witnesses, not just the video. But importantly, John, I think that, what the Attorney General there in Texas filed today, that's going to be a really important lawsuit. And I think that validates the fact that not only is Team Trump very, very concerned about all of the violations of the rules that have gone on in these multiple states, but also this is something that America should be concerned about. And the fact that you have an Attorney General who's now sued 4 states with original jurisdiction in the Supreme Court, I think should show everyone that there is a lot of violations of rules here, and they were absolutely right in that beautiful opening statement that the Constitution has to prevail. When you have election officials who have violated the rules in all of the different ways that they have across the multiple states, that's something that cannot withstand constitutional scrutiny. We have to make sure that that is corrected, that our election law and ultimately the Constitution is followed.
So let's talk about how this all comes into play with the safe harbor deadline, G'na. And I know there's some dispute now on what this means and if it really means anything at all. Does this really impact anything? I mean, we have these legal challenges. They're still ongoing. Sidney Powell filed the appeal. This new lawsuit has cropped up in Texas. I heard about some new stuff in Arizona, too. But what does the safe harbor deadline actually mean?
Yeah, so that's generally the statutory deadline for states to certify. But when you have ongoing legal challenges, ultimately that's going to be meaningless. You do have the December 14th deadline, and that's what the Attorney General's suit in Texas is asking the court, because that's just statutory, that's not constitutional, to extend that deadline to make sure that the states not only can investigate and make sure that they don't certify and send their delegates based on false results, but the only constitutional deadline that is in the text is January 20th at noon, when the president is sworn in for 4 years. And so that's what we're looking at. And there's definitely plenty of time here to make sure that we correct all of this corruption, all of these breaches of the rules, and we make sure that the Constitution is followed. So for all of the mainstream media, again, they're just trying to dismiss this. They're trying to rush Joe Biden through. And I think it's absolutely irresponsible for the mainstream media to turn a blind eye to all of this that we have put forward, and that now others and election integrity, other organizations, and now the Attorney General of Texas is very, very concerned about. Every American should want to get to the bottom of this and make sure that our vote and who we elect as the president is the accurate voice of we, the people of America.
Well, if this does go to the Supreme Court, America's going to get a very good education, the difference between what's constitutional and what's statutory, and these terms like textualists and originalists and strict constructionalists, these things we heard about during the Supreme Court confirmation hearings. things, those words will come up again. G'na, we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, and send our best to Mayor Giuliani. We hope you and he and everybody else feels better. Great to see you.
Thanks, you too.